And they also thought it was awesome when they went there. So we kind of following their model.
Do you think our Cossacks can get pretty far this year?
I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Know anyone on this team this year?
Sorry?
Do you know anyone?
They're a solid volleyball team, really. You know, they just gotta be able to, like Moscow, really good at getting games. A little bit more power.
Thank you. Anyone on this team, Mr. Curry?
I know them all.
You know them all?
Yeah, coached a lot of them in basketball this season.
How do you think they're doing right
They're
now?
doing fantastic.
Fantastic?
So excited, yeah.
Do you have good expectations for the team?
Absolutely,
Yes?
absolutely.
Thank
Champions.
you. Thank you. Do you know anyone on the team this year?
Yes, I do.
Yes?
And I happen to know the coach as well.
Do you have do you have good expectations for our team this year?
I do. Yeah, they're working hard and they're going to do really well.
How do you think the game is going so far?
Oh, it's close. It's been like a nail biter. I don't have any nails left after the first game.
Oh, okay, thank you so much. Do you know anyone on the team this year?
Oh, I know all the girls.
All the girls, do you have high expectations for
Very
for
high
Cossacks?
expectations.
Okay.
They are awesome, and I think as long as they play well, doesn't matter where they place, they'll be happy.
How do you think the Sports Student Council is doing this year?
And they're doing great. I think it's a work in progress. I think we'll get better next year, but this year so far, I think it's been very smooth, and I'm really excited about it.
This is the first year that you guys are doing this. Where did the original idea came from?
You know, I went to a tournament in Bucharest, and they had the Student Sports Council, and I just thought it was the best idea. And then I started talking to some of the kids who had been to Bucharest, and they also thought it was awesome when they went there. So we kind of following their model.
Do you think our Cossacks can get pretty far this year?
I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Know anyone on this team this year?
Sorry?
Do you know anyone on the team this year?
Of course.
Do you have good expectations for our Cossacks?
Of course.
And what do you think of the game so far?
Well, they've shown they're a solid volleyball team, really. You know, controlling the ball and everything. They just got to be able to, like Moscow's really good, I guess, getting digs and such. So they got to put a little bit more power into the ball when they get it over the net.
Thank you.
Well, all right, we are going. All right. Well,
so for anyone tuning
so-
in, we're with
so
Coach
for the-
Crane.
yeah, that's right. Oh, go ahead. You want to go ahead and
Yeah.
re-announce? Re-announce.
For anyone, we're here with Coach Crane, and he'll be discussing what the KS Cossack girls will take off for the Nick game.
All right. Well, again, we ended up going ahead. We had it, like you said, it was kind of a bittersweet loss, but the girls played really, really well. And number one, they were pretty consistent. They worked as a team, and they had fun. Those are three things that, if we can do that, we're going to play really well and up our game. Now, yes, there were changes that would love to have made. There was a couple of serves that's like, hey, let that go out, that we played anyway. But overall, they played really, really well. They played up to the level that they needed to. Unfortunately, just fell a little bit short.
And like you said, you followed like the three main tenets, because they were enjoying themselves. They were playing their hearts out. However, what I've noticed and the people I've interviewed said that there is a problem with the communication in the team. So how do you guys plan to avoid those little fumble balls where like Dasha and Yeva, they're both there, however, they're kind of playing this hot potato sequence where you get it, no you get it.
Well, again, in the midst of a game, sometimes it gets confusing, so it's hard to plan ahead for that. Really, it's going to be up to the girls. They need to make sure that they trust each other. That's like, hey, this person's going to be in their position. They're going to do what they're going to do their job, and I'm going to do my job. So the girls are going to have to make that decision.
And Mr. Crane, are you girls tired or are they ready for the next two games?
We've got a nice long break. I think they'll be ready.
Thank you, Coach Crane.
No problem.
All right, that was Coach Crane in the Moody booth live for us.
Hello guys, I'm Omkar Nayak. And
So Omkar, yeah, they all know who you are. Omkar, no need to
yeah,
introduce
you guys
yourself.
know who I am already.
Yeah, we can call it the Nayak booth for today, not the Moody booth, all right?
Okay.
So just a quick recap for you, Omkar, what you with Mr. Crane. He said the girls are in a good place mentally. Sure, it was a bittersweet moment for them. They were disappointed with a loss. However, they are gonna move on, and they believe they've stayed true to themselves in the way they played. And it was just a game of true and better character and ability from the Moscow side. And currently, to recap, 4 out of 6 teams have already played. The first match, KS Cossacks versus the Moscow Penguins.
Moscow Penguins, yeah.
The Moscow Penguins remaining victorious in both sets. And then we have the Riga Lynx versus
And the Iron Wolves.
versus the Vilnius Iron Wolves, also both victorious
a 2-0 blowout.
in 2 sets. And yes, you might say our good old blowout, some basketball terms, remain intact in the game of volleyball. It is true. The second set, the score was 6-25.
25.
So Riga Lynx looking definitely like one of the favorites of the tournament in the standings. And Omkar, these are the last 2 teams to be
To play
showcased
yeah.
this tournament. Do you think we'll be able to have a better understanding of the standings after this game overall?
Definitely we will, because after the 6 teams have played, we will know, we will have some idea of the talents that have been displayed by each team. So once we figure out who plays how and their strategies, we can actually make more accurate predictions and of how we're doing and how we're going to win and how we're going to lose.
You like J. Cole, Omkar?
Yeah, man.
All right.
That's my dog right there.
Yeah. So right now we have the warm-ups. Yeah. We have the warm-ups. We see pretty deep squads from both. Both have more than 6 players, I'm sure. So they have a solid bench. Istanbul looks like they
Istanbul looks loaded.
have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players I've counted, and my math might have been slightly wrong there. I might have counted
Yeah, I
less
think that's
than there
9.
actually are. However, yeah, I agree with you. They look locked and loaded. And for
Or
PSI,
10.
like, in my opinion, it's quite a bizarre situation. Like, sure, you saved up on airline tickets, expenses. You're kind of staying home.
Yeah.
But do you truly have the home court advantage here?
Well, no, this is the silly thing. This is the silly thing about who I'm trying to cheer for, because I'm stuck in between cheering for PSI because they're a Kiev team,
Yeah.
but at the same time they're our sister team, as in like we hate them but we love them at the same time. So we would have to, like, when we're going PSI versus KIS, we're like, okay, KIS, let's go Cossacks, let's go. But then all of a sudden now they're representing Kiev with us, so we have to cheer for them. So now I'm stuck in the middle line. Like, do I go against them, staying true to Cossacks, or do I go against them, staying true? Do I go for them, staying true to Kiev?
Hey, knowing you, you're probably gonna cheer for the Panthers, because Omkar admitted you are a bandwagoner.
Oh, come
I
on!
saw your middle school Ceesa. I saw that Budivelnik jersey. I saw that, Omkar.
Hey,
Don't hide your face.
Hey. Okay, LeBron left the Cavs, and I'm still LeBron. I'm still for the Cavs. Okay.
Okay, all right.
I'm loyal. I'm loyal to my team. We can see a lot of energy from
Istanbul.
Istanbul, sorry.
The
We can see a lot
Istanbul
of
Dolphins?
Dolphins, yeah. So it's gonna be Panthers versus Dolphins. Let's see who takes the W.
They look like their little circle sequence there, look like in shape. You know, like when the Dolphins, when they go this
Oh my
iconically in
God.
air and slap
Yes.
their fin against their head or whatever.
Oh, come on.
Kind of imitated
But-
that shape, right?
What do you? Who do you think is gonna be a victors of this game?
Omkar.
Like a complete blind guess. Just
All
who
right.
do you get these victory
I can do
vibes
that. I
from?
can do that, and I can even put some logical reasoning in for you. 'Cause
Okay, sure.
I've watched the PSI Panthers. They're a
Mhm.
talented team.
Ooh.
They are a very disciplined, well organized, and they have the grit. Dolphins, obviously, I've never watched before. This is the first time I'll see them play as our audience. However, just by looking at them, this is one of the 4 JV teams on this tournament. So it is
Oh.
obviously the younger core, and we see that a lot of these girls are younger. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
the PSI Panthers, there
lot of
are
them-
seniors in the
A
starting
lot of them on the
6.
Istanbul team look like they're like freshmen and second-year students.
You hear that? Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, come on.
I guess that's what the Dolphins say.
But now it's going to be a young core versus one of the more older cores of this competition.
Yeah.
I believe so. So let's see what wins: fresh legs or old discipline. Old discipline.
Frail old wisdom, stroke the gray beard. So for anyone tuning in just now, it is the high school girls volleyball Ceesa tournament here, side B, and Kiev International School, and this is the 3rd game.
Today.
And we have
the first play, good receive. Oh, miscommunication there, but still that's save, and she touches the net, and it's PSI team, PSI ball. Now,
See, a pretty
yeah, that is good.
this
That
team.
they have a lot of energy, and again, you said that they're a young team, so what else would you expect?
They seem like small and mighty, you know, at the same time.
Oh.
It might seem paradoxical,
Yeah,
but
they have
there's
a bunch of Jerrys
there's
out there.
definitely strength in being that Nate Robinson type of
Yes,
thinker, you know?
yes. I like how we're making basketball references in a volleyball team.
Patrick Beverly, like when he blocked KD.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Little guys can impress you in the most positive way.
Heart over height.
Heart over height, yeah.
That's just an everyday rule. Heart over height. Now, I believe. Who do you said that you watched the PSI Panthers before. Who is their best players, or who would you say are their top players?
A very effective core, I'd say,
Ooh.
is
That was a close.
currently.
that was a close roll.
I'll wait till she turns around so I can see the back of her shirt. I know her name, but
Mhm,
per
yeah, I
Ceesa
understand.
regulation, she's the one in the middle of the three blockers.
Yeah.
And the current server right now,
Number 11.
she's one of the seniors and
Yes.
a very
Oh.
experienced Panther.
Now we can see a bunch of rookie mistakes, even while playing volleyball in my middle school. Even while playing volleyball in middle school boys, we have this kind of mistake sometimes, and they're presenting this right now from the Istanbul team. So this even further affects, like, number 9. No, as I was saying, this further shows that this is a young team and they have yet to develop some discipline.
And the thing is that something that the Istanbul team should be fearful of is they should, in whatever happens, and if the Panthers break off to an early lead here, which is very plausible, seeing the score now, they shouldn't be intimidated by
They're
it.
3 points up.
They should not be any less louder than they are right now, no matter what happens. Because that's how they keep their character and stay true to themselves as a team. Like, you know you're an underdog. You know
Oh my goodness, that was such a great save. But no, one of the three core disciplines of volleyball is communication, 3 touches, and control, which is basically 3 touches. But as I was saying, one of the main 3 pillars of volleyball is communication. Without this sport, you can't really knock someone or push someone in volleyball. Volleyball is a team, non-contact sport. So the only people you're actually communicating with is your own teammates. Unlike basketball, where you can physically go one-on-one against your opponent, you can't. It's always 6-on-6. No matter how much you want to dominate the ball, you can never win alone in volleyball.
and
It's just a fact.
And rotations, they're forced here. Like, you have to rotate one player. out of the
Yes. You always have to help. You have to, whenever someone's spiking and there's a blocker, you have to tug in case of the block comes straight down for the pancake save. So it's just normal fundamentals in volleyball, which make volleyball an extremely team-oriented sport. Yes, Mark.
We saw misses from serves, which is, I'd say, rather unusual after having commentated the very first game. Moscow Cossacks, both teams
Ooh.
very professional. Oh, and this is the first underhand serve I've seen so far in this tournament.
I believe one of the Iron Wolves
Iron
players.
Wolves, I have
Yeah.
not watched that game. No.
Yeah, but Iron Wolves, some of their players were also using underhand serves. But now I forgot that. The 3 pillars of volleyball: serves, control, and communication. Without these 3, you can't really have a successful volleyball team. And we can see that the older players on the PSI Panthers are breaking out to an early lead off 4 points, and we can see their experience showing off right now.
But both sides showed that they're pretty mortal.
Oh,
in
good
terms of
save.
Both
Good.
they showed how vulnerable as teams they are.
Ooh.
See, like
That
I
is
said,
a very
both
rare.
teams are showing their weaknesses right now. It's just it's coming more of an expense from the Istanbul side.
Yeah, but we can see that, like, when Istanbul mess up in miscommunication, they're like, okay, we're still learning, that's okay.
Yeah.
But the Panthers are showing frustration, and they should be.
They should
After
be.
4 years of playing with each other, they have built some chemistry. And to have these extreme highs and lows is normal. And they should be getting frustrated when they're not communicating because they've practiced it over and over again.
However, I think we might be surprised as to how this game turns out because volleyball, unlike other athletic games I watched, you can earn points by simply doing nothing and letting the other team mess up.
I understand, but again, you look at their opponents and they are extremely experienced opponents.
Look at that. And Istanbul point, merely because of the chaotic sequence there and fumble.
Yeah, but it was a tip in from the Istanbul side. You in any sport, you can't just do nothing and hope that your opponent messes up. That's just...
No, I'm not saying that's the mentality.
Yes.
I'm just saying due to that fact being true, you can literally
great
win with your opponent because your opponent messes up. It's really... Oh, hits the antenna there.
Yeah, hits the antenna. Or the strings that hold up the thing.
Dolphins ball. They're looking to narrow down the 2-point gap.
Yeah, now it's... But you can see that, like, because the Panthers aren't communicating as much as they were at the beginning of the game.
Good sneaking.
Okay.
That's that senior privilege, that senior wisdom. Sneaks one if in the no man's land.
Why is number 24, right? The girl in the white shirt for Istanbul. She shouldn't be down that low. She's covering the hole. She got the hole. She shouldn't be that low. And a miscommunication. Ooh.
I think the problem there was 55.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, hit the deck. She should have been there.
No, I think she should have sagged down. She should have sagged down.
Yeah.
Good set. High set, and they call help, and it goes over.
And a lot of it, having watched the games...
Oh, that is incredible. That is trick play by 11.
It's not just communication, it's trust. A lot of it has to do trust. Like, you feel like they aren't talking right, but they might be, but they'll still bump into each other because there's this lack of trust. And
well, okay, my coach says that I would much rather have the ball drop because two people ran into each other than the ball drop when no one runs into each other. So if I was a coach, then I would accept what 55 did right there. It's okay. But it's worse to just watch the ball drop than to have two people crash into each other and to watch the ball drop. That's even worse. Because like 55 now knows that, okay, I can sag down because I can trust my teammate who's in front of me. But I won't say that's lack of trust. I think that 55 just took the initiative right there.
I don't know. I disagree. I think it's important to know your own spaces because they all have their positions. They are all well spread out.
Good bump right there.
It's important to keep up consistency and not confuse and constantly keep on bumping into each other.
Oh. Okay. One thing I noticed about the PSI Panthers is that they always sag up. The outside of the white line right there, they usually keep it open. So if I was a Istanbul coach, I would tell my players to aim deeper into the PSI Panthers area, not out, but deeper in, because that's the only way that they could actually look. All three of those players were above the white line on the back row. That is a hole. That is a massive hole in their game. And maybe they're fast enough to catch it and... Oh, okay. That's... Okay, now they're starting to get it somewhere in the mid area, but... Have you seen... Oh.
But honestly, I think it's a conscious decision by the Panthers. It's a tough angle to hit there. Deep in the corners is one of the hardest spots for
yes, that is true. But it's also one of the best spots to hit in a volleyball tournament.
Sure, if you're capable, which I haven't seen from any of the Istanbul Dolphins thus far hit anywhere close to that area.
Oh, you can see a lot of energy from the coach comes out right now. And I like the Istanbul discipline. I like how they're playing so far. Is just miscommunication over and over again. What's her number? Number 6 or no? Number 20.
Yeah.
The girl who was standing behind number 24. She should have had her hands down, and she should have been in an athletic position, not.
See, like what I said, number 20. It just seemed like she didn't know her position there.
She ended up on the other side of the court.
No trust that the other player will be there following her position.
No, like.
Oh, once again.
Okay, I can relate to number 20, and I would just want to defend her because I think she's just taking the initiative. I understand that she's being slightly selfish, and I've been under this influence myself. But as you can see, she saw her teammate there.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it was an act of selfish. I think she just wanted a repercussion seeing number 24
Yeah.
is looking a bit shaky down there, covering her spot.
Okay, now that they're discussing, it's good. It's good that they're convincing each other to like stay in the game, and
But
this
like
is a young versus older team.
I see the volleyball squad as like the four wheels on a car. You know, one doesn't work, one doesn't do a job, the whole car sinks down.
Well, yeah, the whole car. Oh, the whole car kind of breaks down. As we saw right
there.
Oh,
That's the
come
only
on.
reason I brought it up. You know that?
Oh, come on.
Uh,
Okay, next year you're gonna be a senior, Malik.
Wow, Omkar, we were commenting. However, the score, well, it's already 21-22.
20. Wait, what? No,
Yeah, it's about.
it's 21 to
21 to
8. Jeez, I heard you say 21 to 22. I'm like, are you crazy?
21-8 for the PSI Panthers.
Oh, that's some risky spin on a
good
serve.
Set.
Good set.
hit.
Oh,
Set.
save.
8.
Okay, I like the arc
30,
that
good
she
kick
puts
out.
on the ball.
Number 11.
Oh,
Oh,
I think-
good play. Smart
I think
play.
that's
Oh,
the first
number-
spike. Or is that considered a spike or a tip in?
That's a tip.
Oh. That's a set over.
See
Wow.
the PSI Panther.
The PSI Panthers are just showing experience right now. They're showing
hitting,
trust.
They're hitting those
Number-
spots, those key spots you mentioned.
I should say number 20
Great-
should show
great-
more
great
trust.
serve. Great serve.
Oh, good tip in, but she touched the
touched
net. Yeah, the setter shouldn't be so close to the net. Like she's
Yeah.
well past the ring
I
in the
just feel
circle.
like this-
Her ponytails are. I
Yeah.
mean, her pony. Is that a ponytail? Her
I-
braids
yeah,
are almost
cor-
hitting the net.
Corntails, do they call
Oh my
them?
goodness! Please no.
Um,
It's good to see some more encouragement from the coach. And ooh, is it just me or is it always the PSI
it's just
who
you,
have
of
weird?
course. Always just you.
No, but every time I see PSI, at least one player on their squad has some kind of weird ritual for their serves.
I haven't noticed. I'll
Oh,
actually
look at
into
this!
that.
PSI are have.
Oh, great.
Oh, good job,
Great play
and
there.
put it all. Inexperience.
I feel like they didn't believe that they did such
Yeah.
a good job and kept it up
Yeah.
this whole time that they're like,
That they're, like,
"Let's mess up this
awestruck."
easy
Yeah.
play." Like I don't deserve that.
Oh my goodness.
Unfortunate there for the Dolphins.
Oh, spike. Oh, set.
And
Let me see. Why would she set it straight to the middle? They have
Oh, look at
corners.
that.
They have-
Oh!
oh. What was that? A block?
Close block. It was a block, but unfortunately, it landed on the Dolphins
their own side. Oh, okay.
Oh,
So now it's 25 to 8. That is incredible. Now if you were the coach, Malik, if you were the coach, what would you be telling to the Dolphins right now?
Oh.
If you were the Dolphin coach.
hit it over to the coach.
Sorry, never mind. We'll be back in 1 second. Now we're heading over to who's down there? Now we'll be heading down to the interviews downstairs, right?
No, they're just filming the huddle.
Oh, okay.
And
But
we see the Istanbul huddle currently, and the PSI Panthers walking over to their bench,
But
fully
Malik-
satisfied.
yeah, I asked you something. If you were the Dolphins coach right now, what would you be asking right now?
I'd tell them.
Oh, this is tough, isn't it?
Yeah. Honestly, I'd pull them away from the court and wait a few more months until we get more practice
Oh,
and
come
become
on.
a more
No,
experienced team.
no.
Quite frankly, but if I would have to say something in a huddle, I'd say keep your positions. Do not leave your positions. Trust your teammates to be there. Communicate. Yes, have each other's backs, but at the same time, understand that if we all chase the ball, it doesn't become a game of volleyball anymore. It's like a game of
hot potato.
I don't even
as
know.
one of you guys mentioned before. Hot potato, like one of
Hot
you guys
potato,
mentioned before.
yeah, hot potato. I don't want to stop playing it. But I think our assumptions and predictions slash inferences at the beginning of the game, they came true. It truly seems like a competition. Like basically the difference is experience, you know.
Yeah, difference is experience. And as I can see, like, at least I think that the Istanbul team is a little bit faster than the PSI team.
Yeah.
And if the Istanbul team just saw that one hole in between the Panthers, like those the bottom left corners and bottom right
But
corners.
the thing is, I don't
they could
think
just take care of
I don't
PSI
think they
so
have
easily.
the offensive firepower to reach that barrier there. You know.
I mean, it's a volleyball and it's a light ball. It's not that hard. Oh, was that on the line?
Keep in mind the gender.
Hey. There's nothing discriminating me right now, and I'm just believing in the Dolphins right now.
Come on, man. That's Darwin. All right. So
Oh, nice dig. No, I like the arc that the PSI Panthers have because one thing that the Istanbul Dolphins don't do some of the time.
Have you noticed that in that sequence for the Dolphins, everybody had the same.
Everyone's running for the ball.
The same bump.
Yeah, bump position.
How's it called?
Bump position.
Yeah, bump receival position.
No one was ready for a set.
It's the safest one, so you can truly see the confidence level for the Dolphins. It's really low. They don't trust themselves to set the ball with their fingers.
Okay, then again.
They're scared they're gonna catch the ball or turn it the wrong
But
way.
you said it yourself. They're a younger team. They're a younger core. We can't
Yeah.
expect them to go all out. I am the
Exactly.
best on the court
Exactly.
kind of
I don't
mentality.
see any sets for them so far. Look, except like this once again.
Okay,
same
now
movement, and she's gonna hit it over once again. Same
And
position
it's
3 times, no
Yeah.
sets.
And oh, that's the first spike. That's the first spike of the game, right? Yeah, that's the first spike of the game. And the PSI Panthers messed up once again to give the lead 2-2.
And I think had she jumped on that spike, she would have gotten better momentum.
Yeah, true. And
Standing-
she could have got it down also.
Yeah, because you know when you you should know you play volleyball. I don't
Yeah,
play,
I do.
I play a long time ago. But like when I used to stand and I tried to spike from land position
It's
off
very
the floor,
tough.
yeah,
It's very tough.
and it's very easy to underestimate how far you can spike from that.
Yes.
Otherwise, when you're
Oh.
airborne,
That is rare for a PSI Panther to do
how
that.
would we call him? Not butterfingers, but what is it?
No, she just had soft
Butternose?
fingers.
Soft fingers, all right.
No, she just had a soft hand and then.
Butter melted and
Oh my
oozed
God.
on her nose. Little drops of butter on number
Why?
number what? Number 11. Number
No,
11.
I don't think that was 11. Number 21.
Tie
that's-
game,
oh,
Omkar.
that's a soft. That
For
that is a
anyone
very
joining,
flat.
this is the
Oh,
second
good
set.
good save.
Oh.
Oh, that was on the line. That
Close one.
has to be their point. And it was in. The ref
She's
called
gonna
it in.
get there. She's gonna get there. I see the progress.
No, wait. They called. No, but it was in.
They
Okay, I really
don't
think
have
that
the
it
VR
was in.
technology like we do. to
Oh my
review.
gosh.
Number 50. Oh, good strong push there. Confuses the. Oh me. Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
that is a
nice.
risky. That was extremely risky. Oh, that is experience right
And a
there.
dolphin hits the deck.
Oh, the Panther caught a dolphin. The Panthers got the fish. The Panthers got the fish. I repeat. Okay, so now we have 50 back serving. I think she was one of the. Yeah, she was the first server in the game. Good save. Oh. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know why number 40. Yeah, she's a setter. She has a setter position. She should be having her hands up, not down. I don't know if that's a lack of trust right there, but okay, or maybe a lack of confidence in herself. So I don't know why she had her hands down there and why she went for a dig position when she could have gone for a back set to one of her teammates. That is risky, but oh, it came all the way. Oh, Mog's got the ball. Mog's got the ball. Hey.
Thank you.
Fine, this is the most athletic thing we're
Okay,
gonna do in
I
all the time. This is the most athletic.
I think this is the luckiest we've ever gotten. man.
Oh, okay, good, nice.
So, Omkar, what I say is,
Uh-huh.
let the aquatic animals stay in the ocean and let the terrestrial animals roam on the court.
Oh my
I
God.
say the Dolphins go back to swimming.
No. Oh.
Just some fresh banter out here. Supporting the Kiev team. Although Kiev is red, let it be blue from 11 to 12. I don't mind that. That's it. Number 9, you see.
No, but
Both
then again,
set.
Panthers came from the ocean in the first place, didn't they? Well, okay, terrestrial animals, not Panthers.
Are you quoting like Wakanda or what? What happened there?
Terrestrial animals came from the ocean anyway. So you never know. You never know when the Dolphins evolve.
Yeah, but you know we.
You never know when the Dolphins evolve to come back to Kiev.
Panthers
You know?
adapted. You know the Dolphins. They see.
Ooh.
Oh, nice spike.
Oh, that was a good
nice
serve. That's
Well,
a nice serve.
It just had the emotion of a spike, you know?
That's a nice overhand serve, and I think that was a floater.
Beautiful. Mamma mia. That was pretty.
How much are you bet? How much will you be betting that someone accidentally bumps?
I don't gamble, Omkar. I'm a good Christian.
Oh, okay. Okay, what are the chances that someone's gonna bump the volleyball into one of the nets, into one of the basketball nets?
The basketball. Oh.
And it's gonna go in.
I'd give a 2% chance.
Really? That high of a chance? Because last year in the volleyball boys, middle school boys, that happened twice.
This game.
No, last.
Oh.
Yeah,
Percentage for this game.
yeah.
0.
Oh. Oh. Okay. You never know when the ball could go out of control.
The Dolphins.
Watch the ball go into the hoop right now. Watch.
All right.
Knowing my luck.
I'll give you all my college savings if
Oh, okay. I'm up for
they
that.
hit the basket.
I'm up for that.
And Dolphins once again, simple serves. They just don't seem to get that handle on the game, and we see the Panthers taking off, but for a 4-point lead.
Ooh.
Omkar.
That's
Omkar, if you were the Istanbul coach, what would you tell them?
I would actually not be very frustrated because
Yeah, neither would I.
going against a much older team, you can see that they're talking, they're keeping up their fundamentals, they're talking, they're like trying to control the ball, they're trying to like, at least I'm seeing the effort. That's all I care about. As like you said, Malik, that they're a freshman and a second-year team. So I would not. They're a freshman and sophomore team. So as I would say, like as long as I see your effort. As long as I see their effort, I'm willing to take any win or loss that they give us. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was a yes. And I was
punch there with one fist.
Ooh. But as I was saying, as long as I see effort, I don't care if they win or lose. As long as they're keeping up the three fundamentals of their games, as long as they're keeping up the three fundamentals of this game, and they're like showing constant effort, I would not care if we won or lost. Because right now it's all about development. Right now, as you said, the Dolphins are going back into water and evolving to come back and bite the Panthers back in the butt. You never know.
Yeah, first they lose the fins, then they slowly become tetrapods, and then they might win the game, you know?
You know, they might come back as dinosaurs.
That's wild. That's just a wild theory there, Omkar.
Man.
Let's keep it real.
I mean.
Oh!
I think
that was in.
Yeah.
I think we need to review that.
That was in.
The ref needs to be paying closer attention. All right, we have the Panthers.
Oh, good serve, good save. Now that's the first spike. Oh, it saved. Oh, they were celebrating. No. They celebrated before it went in. But that was a nice save by the Panthers.
Panthers continue to capitalize on the Dolphins' lack of experience. It's already 14-7 for anyone tuning in now.
Oh, was that in? They called that out.
No, I didn't see it. Third game of the high school girls volleyball tournament here, day one in Kiev in the Satoshino Arena. After this game, we're introduced to all the 6 teams in this tournament. We have a pretty fair and good idea to make bets, as Mr. Gambling Opkar is so fond of doing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sign you up, brother, after the live stream. I promise you. We're gonna get you help. You need an intervention.
I need a therapist, man. But, like, Malik, what do you think would happen now that you've seen most of the games? I mean, now that you've seen most, if not all, of the games, what do you think are going to be the standings by the end of this series? By the end of this, not series, but this tournament? Who's taking first, second, third, and fourth?
So far, my favorite is the Lynx.
Mm-hmm.
First favorite.
Not Moscow?
Not Moscow, Lynx.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like the Lynx, they just have this raw,
like a vibe to them, like
a
victory aura.
Yeah, they just have the swag, you know, the swag around them. I just see them as a first place team. It feels like this tournament is theirs. And then I see I'd like to see an interesting matchup of Moscow versus PSI Panthers. I'd place our very own
Two
KS
older
Cossacks.
and more experienced teams. Okay.
I'd place our very own KS Cossacks next.
Third place or fourth,
Uh,
depending on who's the
Third,
competition.
yeah.
Third? Uh-huh.
guys, and
Oh, and apparently the
And then teams, then I'd say the lower tier teams would be like judging purely by the first games. However, not fair to judge a book by its
cover.
cover. Alright, please read the first chapter. And even if you read the first chapter, still don't judge the book.
I mean, wait for the plot.
yeah. Wait for the climax, brother.
And less as you realize that volleyball and most sports, people love sports because it is a story. So from an outsider looking in, volleyball or basketball or any sport just looks like you kicking or throwing around a ball, and it just kind of looks funny. But inside, you realize unless you play the sport, you won't realize how much focus, how much time, how much energy they spend into training themselves and making their bodies fit for playing the sport.
Yeah, and I find it kind of funny, but I find it kind of sad too,
I mean, why do you find it sad that people would commit themselves for the love of their game? Simple, for the love of the game.
I was honestly just quoting the song.
Oh.
I didn't even listen to what you said.
No, but what I said is that people, for an outsider, it looks like you're just kicking or throwing a ball around.
Yeah.
But when you're playing the game, once you play the game, you realize how much time it takes to make your body, to like how much
Definitely.
focus it takes.
Yeah.
So like, why do
It's
you
a lot
find
of
that sad?
I don't. Who
Okay.
said I do? And it's all
Okay.
muscle memory. In terms of
No, but muscle memory is only for how much you've practiced. You can't say that, oh, it's just muscle memory until you've at least spent like 10 years doing it.
I believe when you're adjusted to the squad and you trust people and you have this intuitive feeling of when I should cover, when I should not. This is what I've seen from the Panthers. I believe this is team muscle memory. It's a unit of something bigger, Just like the self theory,
What would you rather have? A team with two superstars, but the rest are average players, or a team with completely all average players,
That's a classic
but incredible,
NBA question.
but incredible chemistry? What would you rather have? In volleyball, not in basketball. I just
Honestly,
put Mog.
in basket and volleyball, I'd probably get the team of all-stars,
With two all-stars and 4 average players in volleyball.
Yeah.
Okay. Why would you say that?
Because
Why
it
would
has
you say
both
that?
chemistry and skill in it, It has the 2 leaders who can work out, and I believe when you have average players mixed in with like even one all-star, the average unit squad can feed off the energy from that one all-star.
I know, but then you also can feel. But then you could also feel like ego from the all-star. You can be like, you can
always.
if someone is like
imagine
by far the best.
I imagine a Kawhi Leonard type of player.
Okay, no, but I'm talking more of like someone like an over-talented Draymond Green.
Oh, cocky Draymond Green?
Yeah, like a really talented Draymond Green. So a player who's like arrogant, a player like a John Wall. Someone who's an all-star by a long shot. Like, you know that he's the best player on your team, but he talks a lot and he's the egoistic type of player.
Yeah, well, we can see how that worked out for them then.
Yeah, exactly. But in volleyball, how do you think that would fit in?
In volleyball, honestly, I feel like there's no even time for ego. It's just the pace of the game is so quick from huddle to huddle. You're just watching the ball. You're focused on the ball the whole time. It's crazy the way the concentration of this game is. I don't think I've played volleyball in middle school, and I don't think my brains ever itched so badly in any sport than it did from volleyball. It's like this constant.
Wait, you have a brain? Okay, no, I'm sorry. But, oh my gosh, he got insulted. He left. No, I'm joking. Oh, no, but as I said, I mean, volleyball is a game of split decisions because, like, Mog said that, oh, you have a lot of muscle memory in this game, but yes, I understand the fundamentals of setting, bumping, spiking, and serving are muscle memories, but you also have a lot of split decisions.
Are you
like
ready
who
to
pass
apologize?
No, I'm fine. No, but I'm sorry. But as I said, like a volleyball is a fundamental sport. So like, if you have if muscle memory is first, bumping, setting, spiking, and serving.
Yeah.
But it's also a game of split decisions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you have to, if you're
That's
a setter.
the crazy concentration I'm talking about.
If you're the setter, then you have to like, who's the better server? Who do I trust more? Who's the better spiker? I'm sorry. Like,
And
who's the
then-
better spiker?
What about the cool aloofness and the kind of ice in your veins, the Angelo type of vibe you have to do when you do serves?
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to ask you this because you're more familiar with volleyball. Does it depend on what type of player you are? What is it better, to be fully like cold, unemotional when you do a serve, or is it good to have a little bit of nervousness? Does it amp up your spike serving ability?
Now my mentality on that's a
my.
great block and a great save by Istanbul, but
Great dig there.
okay, but
Let's call
that's it. That's a clean shot by PSI, and that's game. That's game. Game over right there. Now PSI has won both of their sets right now, and I believe we're gonna go down and interview with someone in a few minutes. But as I was saying, I believe that you should be icing your veins. Like the mentality I put when I'm on the line is that I'm up by 20 points. I don't care if I mess up, I'm up by 20 points. So that's the mentality I keep when I'm on the not free throw line, on the serve line. That's how I know that I won't mess up, because it won't matter if I mess up. But so towards the opponent, you have to be ice cold. Even if they cry in front of you, you have to smack it down as hard as you can and just stare right into their eyes. But to your own team, you have to be sympathetic and trusting. You have to know who's doing what, and you have to understand that you stay in your lane. You don't seep into.
Stay in your lane, boy.
Yeah, stay in your lane. So you have to have your boys back, but you also don't have to interfere with what he's trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's something that I struggled with a lot.
Know your personnel, know your position. It's an intricate game, Omkar. I mean, like, for us, we have the easy job of commenting through it. The players down there, that's like that's like, I don't want to say the losers, but at the same time, I don't feel too jealous of them, you know?
Yeah.
So, your recap of this game.
So now that you finally saw Istanbul play and you saw that PSI play, what do you think is going to be the futures for both teams? Because PSI is a really good team, but at the same time, they're also a very they're a senior team and they're an experienced team. So what do you think is going to happen in the future when they don't have the same talent? And what do you think about Istanbul, who is a young and developing team, but they have so much potential?
Obviously,
In 2 years.
we're going to
what
hit
do you
it
think?
to Maxwell Moody. We'll be right back
okay.
with you ladies with this thoughtful discussions. We're going to hit it to
Maxwell Moody.
All yours.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we have
Team captain of PSI, Agata.
and number 11, for those of you watching this stream, referred to as 11. Yeah, you're a very well-rounded player. You did a lot on the court for your team, and definitely showed the other blue team in this tournament who's superior. So what will your team do? What will you have your team do in preparation for the next games?
I think the biggest issue is where we are in the court. So you have to make sure you cover the other person. So I want to practice receiving, especially when the other team is serving. So that's kind of important.
All right, and what is your next game?
I think at 2. I don't know against who, but it's at 2.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, at 2, be here this afternoon. I'll be covering it, so yeah, definitely come by. I'll be there, she'll be there, and you guys should be there too. All right, thank you for coming, Agata. Till 2. Back to the booth.
What was your question again?
I don't even remember myself. Goodness graciousness.
All right, whatever. I'll just talk.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
in 2 years, do you think the competition is going to be?
Okay, long term, obviously, I think Panthers will be in a rebuilding phase.
Wait, now let me recap my question for anyone who forgot, because we forgot. But as I was saying, that now we see a developing team in Istanbul and a very senior and on the peak team for Panthers. In 2 years, when the Panthers are like their seniors and juniors are off to college and they're doing their own things, but now that this young team that we see now are older and they're in their peak, do you think that we're gonna see PSI and Istanbul completely flip over and see Istanbul race by PSI easily?
Perhaps, I saw a lot of potential, especially from my JV team, the way they played, and I believe that their energy didn't go away, which is something I feared in the beginning.
At all.
So big props to Istanbul there, but it certainly feels like it's the PSI Panthers who had the edge, experience-wise, talent-wise, concentrationally-wise, and fully something I expected,
But
Easy call.
Notice many subs?
Sorry?
Did you notice many subs this game? Like, I don't think I saw many rotations in this game.
Well, they were rotating at some point, I think. You have to. So, ladies and gentlemen, just final recap. The third game of the day goes to the PSI Panthers, winning both sets so far.
All games have been complete
games.
blowouts.
We have-
complete 2-0 wins.
Well, except for the KS one, that wasn't a blowout.
That was also 2-0 win.
That was both. Yeah, but it was double digits.
Yeah.
So still 2 victories. Yeah. So far, we're yet to see that satisfying, thrilling 3-set game. Something hopefully. We'll see later.
Hopefully
All
that will
right.
come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, pleasure.
I'm Omkar, and that's Malik. See you guys next game.